Hi, everyone. Welcome to this course. My name is Dr. Elliott. I'm so excited for you to be here. I just wanted to kind of give you a little taste of who I am and who your instructor is, and kind of some of the research and counseling styles that I've been involved in my career, just so you can kind of get a little bit of flavor of who I am. And anywho, so I have been in the field for a little over 20 years. Yeah, 22 years now. I guess 25 if you count my undergrad and some of the internships and things that I did. But so I have been where you are in grad school, or just really empathizing with you and where you're at on your journey. So let's see. My first 11 years in practice were with county mental health. I've worked for a couple different counties. I worked with foster youth and children's services, and then I also worked with severely mentally ill adults. I did some after hours crisis evaluations at the hospital. In California, that's 5150 evaluations. I also did some evaluations for like fit for incarcerations. I've worked with probation youth. I've, really done all the agency work. And that was the first 11 years of my journey. And then I went into private practice and I got certified as an equine therapist. And I was working part-time as a director for an equine therapy program in Auburn, California. And during that time, I got involved in working for an agency, a Native American agency. I'm Cherokee and Pawnee and Scottish and a couple other, like French, a couple other European ethnicities as well. But I've been very involved in Native culture, and a new nonprofit was born. It's like in 2007 or 9, somewhere in there, called the Sierra Native Alliance. And they're also in Auburn, California. And so we ended up building a sweat lodge out on this horse ranch, and it was a pretty exciting time where we really got to learn how important culture and community is in mental health. Anyway, fast forward a bunch of years, and I ended up writing my dissertation on understanding historical trauma and cultural restoration for Native American women, because we were really looking at why is it that Native people are treatment resistant to, dominant culture? I think it's kind of obvious. Dominant culture, sort of evidence-based practices are very medical model. They appear to be sort of intertwined with governmental institutions, and you can imagine why maybe Native people aren't so open to that. And so we started looking into, what kind of traditional healing methods and traditional cultural styles actually are beneficial for mental health. And I would say that research started probably back in the 90s, but for me, it started about 10 years ago. And now we're really seeing an uptick in these kinds of traditional technologies being available to not only Native people, but just indigenous, like not just Native American people, but indigenous people in general. So one of the areas that I've been really involved in is with Native women's drumming at the Big Mother Drums. I run a retreat every year for Native women that is about 10 to 12 of the big, large mother drums, with about anywhere from 5 to 10 women at each drum. So over 100 women. And we've just found that, so there's actually some research. It's called DARTNA. It's drum assisted recovery therapy for Native Americans. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember the name of the author, but there's quite a few research projects around DARTNA. There's the white bison material, and which is all substance abuse related, substance abuse treatment. But we're really kind of starting to like gear more into like the actual underlying mental health conditions and the cultural context of some of those mental health conditions. And it does require some, complexity or some critical thinking around, how do we provide culturally competent care in marginalized populations, and that's socially responsible for their cultural context. And so anyway, that's a little bit about some of the work that I've been doing. I've been working in another university where I was on the cultural competency committee, and we were working on decolonizing the curriculum itself and really making sure that we are offering, not just offering alternate perspectives, but really like focusing in on Black authors, Native American authors, and the theories that go with along with those cultural populations, all different cultural populations. So anyway, I'm super passionate about culture, you can probably imagine. And that's one of the reasons why I posted that document on the Multicultural Counseling and Social Justice Competencies document. It's a mouthful. That's published by the ACA. That is such a powerful document for our field. And I know not every state has completely adopted it yet, but I do see that we are getting closer and closer and closer to using that document as a foundational underlying principle for how we provide culturally competent care. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. I probably, could tell you some more, but that's probably enough. I hope that you enjoy this course, and I will see you in the classroom. Okay, bye-bye.